Isan grew up learning how to disappear. Not physically, just enough so no one expected too much from him. His brother Davin shined in every room. His sister Mira was the soft one everyone protected. Isan became the quiet one, the one Hale, their father, relied on without ever really seeing. After their mother died, the house felt cold, and Davin quickly took control of everything. Isan simply tried to stay out of the way. At 19, Isan slipped out of the family home without a fight. He built a quiet life working IT and later cybersecurity, finding comfort in small routines. He returned only when Mira begged him or when Hale needed someone to fill a chair at dinner. He felt like a visitor in the place he once lived. When Mira called crying about Hale selling the house, Isan drove back. The house looked the same, but the inside felt colder. Mira hugged him tightly. Davin smirked like he owned the place. Hale announced the sale like a business deal. Isan tried to reason with him, but Davin cut him off. Isan felt something sharp inside him, anger mixed with years of being overlooked. He muttered under his breath, almost jokingly, "Before we continue, please subscribe, like, and comment where you're watching from so you don't miss out on our next story," just to calm himself. The next morning, Mira texted him, "Come back." Something happened. When he arrived, Davin was gone, and Hale was packing a duffel. He said he was moving in with Davin and told Mira she had a week to leave. Isan spotted an envelope on the table, documents showing the house had already been sold 2 days earlier. No warning. No plan. Mira stared at the papers in shock. Hale only said, "She's an adult. She'll figure it out," before walking out. Isan helped Mira pack her things into storage and move into his apartment. Hale later sent a short text telling Isan to take care of your sister. Davin didn't contact them at all. Days later, Mira discovered Isan had been sending Hale money for months, small amounts Hale claimed he needed for medical bills and expenses. Myra's face fell when she found the bank statements. "He used you," she whispered. Around that time, Isan learned Davin had filed for power of attorney over Hale and was moving money around without oversight. Broke and exhausted, Isan sat one night staring at his bills and realized he had nothing left. But something hardened in him. He made a quiet plan. He took on freelance cybersecurity work and slowly rebuilt his savings while watching Davin's business moves. Isan dug into Davin's company filings and found fake signatures and inconsistent paperwork. He visited Hale at the new senior living complex, an expensive place Davin insisted was best. Hale looked tired and confused. When Isan questioned him, Hale only said Davin had a plan. Knowing he needed help, Isan contacted Marissa Chong, an old college friend now working as a probate attorney. He brought her documents, recordings, and screenshots. Marissa reviewed everything and said, "This is bad. We can challenge it." With her guidance and Myra's detailed notes, Isan prepared for a legal fight he never thought he'd have to start. Mira had been keeping her own quiet record, dates, comments, strange bank withdrawals, and every moment Davin acted like he owned their father. When she handed the notebook to Isan, he finally understood how much she had noticed. Together, they visited Hale and showed him the truth. Hale didn't fight them. The next day, he called Marissa himself. Marissa moved quickly. She filed a motion to suspend Davin's power of attorney, freeze the accounts, and start a review. Hearing notices went out. Davin finally called Isan, sounding irritated and uneasy. "You think you can beat me?" he said. Isan stayed calm. "This time, you're not walking over us." On the morning of the hearing, Isan and Mira drove in silence. Mira held her notebook tightly, and Isan carried the recording that caught Davin admitting he saw both of them as out of the picture. Hale arrived quietly and sat near the front, looking smaller than Isan remembered. When the hearing began, Marissa laid the facts out piece by piece. Bad signatures, strange transactions, fake employees, and the recording. Davin sat frozen as his own words played through the speakers. His lawyer tried arguing technical explanations, but the judge didn't seem convinced. Then Marissa revealed the strongest evidence. A shell company Davin controlled had received multiple payments from Hale's estate. None of the payments matched real care expenses. The room went silent. Even Davin's lawyer stopped talking for a moment. After a short recess, the judge made the decision. Davin's power of attorney was suspended. All accounts were frozen. Control was handed to a neutral fiduciary while the investigation continued. Davin didn't argue. He simply stood up, pale and stiff, and walked out. Outside the courthouse, Hale finally spoke. "I didn't know," he said quietly. Ihsan only replied, "You should have." There was no shouting, no dramatic moment, just truth laid bare. Over the next month, everything changed. With Davin blocked, Hale's finances were handled properly for the first time in years. Davin's business image started to crumble. His accounts went silent, and his company's reputation dipped. Meanwhile, Mira built a small, steady life, new apartment, new job, and even a stray cat she adored. Ihsan watched her smile slowly return. 3 months later, Ihsan received a short letter from Davin. No excuses, just regret. Davin wrote that he finally understood what he had become and that Ihsan had shown more strength than he ever gave him credit for. Ihsan folded the letter and put it away, not because he forgave him, but because he no longer needed anything from him. Thanksgiving arrived quietly that year. Ihsan and Mira spent it together in his apartment, cooking pasta instead of turkey because neither of them had the energy for tradition. Mira played music on her phone, humming as she stirred the sauce. They laughed at a silly action movie, and for the first time in a long while, the room felt warm instead of tense. After dinner, Ihsan washed dishes while Mira lounged on the couch with her stray cat curled on her lap. The simple calm made him realize he didn't miss the old family table at all. What he had now, this soft, repaired space, felt like peace. And as Ihsan wiped the counter clean, he caught his reflection in the window and didn't see the ghost his father once treated him like. He saw someone steady, someone who had finally stepped into his own life. But even with the quiet settling in, Ihsan knew the story